the conversation about where Pickett may go. The Steelers sitting there at 20th overall, and the number of times I've heard also, well, I share a building, and I know, I in many years covering Steelers Thursday Night Football games for NFL Network, we would set up shop in the Pittsburgh Panthers locker room. That's where we would be as a group. So you're right there. The question is how real is that, though, that, well, the Steelers are right there, and so normally they're going to see him and they're going to know him. James Conner obviously is another example of how the pipeline just stays put right there. How much contact do you have with the Steelers just because there's close proximity there, Coach?
We have a lot. Again, we have, it's a big building, and they've got half of the building, we've got half of the building, so we actually don't share like locker rooms here in the building, just like we don't share locker rooms at Heinz Field. There's a ton of contact. I mean, Tomlin will come strolling over to my office. We see each other on the field when we're both practicing at the same time, or just in the weight room. I mean, he'll pop in. He's just as you know, Mike Tomlin is one of the best people persons around. He's going to talk to everybody, and he'll be out at our practices. I mean, my very first spring here back in 2015, we're practicing. All of a sudden, I see him standing, hanging out with our players on the sideline. So. He's around quite a bit, and he obviously got a very busy job. But he's a football guy and loves watching our guys. So he knows our guys better than anybody. Kevin Colbert knows our guys better than anybody. They can look out the window or out our patio here and watch practice.
So that they're one of the 32 teams, or the only one of 32 teams that doesn't have to ask you about a prospect coming from your program and how they practice. They literally have seen it, is what you're saying.
They have seen it. There's times while we're practicing or they're doing their walkthroughs that Coach Tom will be bound watching our guys and I always say evaluating what we're doing and how we're doing it. And it's always good to have another incredible head coach peeking at your practices and giving you tips, and us getting tips from the Steelers in their practice.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.